Satnam, hello everybody. Good evening in your home, I suppose. Everybody is quiet, relaxed, and at home. So, bless you all. Let's just take the time to open the space. And thank you for so many support and mutual encouragement that so many people inspire each other. So let's close our eyes, go inside. We're going to go with Ad Gurenami. Ad Gurenami, Chugad Gurenami, Sad Gurenami, Siri Gurudevanami. Ad Gurenami, Chugad Gurenami, Sad Gurenami, Siri Gurudevanami. Ad Gurenami, Chugad Gurenami, Sad Gurenami, Siri Gurudev Enami. So this was our meeting time planned a long time ago, and we are, like usual, meeting with the time. The situation today is a beautiful moment where we are all together becoming aware of the oneness of humanity. And we have received that. We have been forced to consider all of us as one body on this planet because of the pressure of a virus. So it's a threat on our life that collectively force us to change our way of living, change our priorities, change our space, change our mind, change many things. So, this is, orientation is wrong, so I don't know. How can I do that? I cannot change it. Really. I don't know. So am I on the side? Or what is going on? People are saying, turn the camera, but then I cannot hold it. So this is a problem. I think maybe this way, or... I think I have it this way. So I don't know. Sorry, it's a technical thing. I don't know. What's going on? Okay, I don't know. Is it better like this? Dennis, you're online. You can tell me. Okay, so anyway, I don't know what's going on. The whole speech, so I'm going to put it this way. I don't know. I tried to hold it because usually I was always doing it this way, so it doesn't want to go there. I don't know why. Okay. So, gotta find a way. not holding correctly. Okay, I'm gonna put it this way. That's it. So, okay, I think I'm gonna do it this way. Can you hear me? Everybody can hear? Is it okay? Hope you can all. Okay, perfect, good. So here we go. I think there's so much energy in the space that it's really blowing the system. So let me share with you the way I perceive that situation. You know, we have been trained for 40 years in the practice of what we call Guru Yoga, that when you have the blessing to meet a master or spend a life searching to find one and have that meeting moment between a human being who has mastered his own path, and which means conquer that duality, which is fascination for samsara or fascination for nirvana. You know, they are both hallucinating. And whether people are entangled in the attachment and fascination of succeeding in the world, being happy, healthy, holy in the world, which means basically in this karmic setting where we get entanglement within each other, within the 5 realms, and we get caught in that fascination. And it is not enough that we'll end up in a failure or collapsing or blocked or sick or suffering, but we rebuild our program constantly and saying subconsciously, a voice says, you're going to make it better next time, just start again. So I went myself through these cycles, like is a hell of a cycle, where the fascination of programs and belief system make you run after images that you absolutely need to manifest, or to acquire, or to get. Yeah, this is a samsara fascination, and we create a norm in our society today of consuming goods and buying things, and so you can buy pleasure, you can buy relaxing time, you can buy partnership, you can buy all kind of things. So we were completely, collectively getting into a sort of a maximum hallucination, where we almost convince each other that we'll be happy. Yeah, one day we'll be happy by consuming goods that could provide you happiness, like a big house, big cars, fast communication, fast money-making companies, and things like that. So by abusing the resources and losing our wisdom, trusting only that the progress of science and logic can give us a solution to our human condition and create a world that is better without pain. But what we totally missed on the way, this is pain maybe is less painful physically to live in this world today than it was 100 years ago. But the suffering of the being has never reached that level. I think people were living in a very hard condition, you know, having much less comfort in their house, and but their mind and heart were very different from what we are experiencing today. So the collective level of stress we reach by our collective hallucination, we call it the trance of Vision Age, have brought us to this wall of impossibilities, that we produce together the toxin that would stop us from our insanity. I think this bug, this virus, is a byproduct of our collective psychic that is coming to us to create a maximum pressure. So actually, for me, it feels exactly like I felt when I would go and meet the master. You know, a master teacher, not just a teacher of posture, but a master of real yoga, would have no pity on you. You know, yogis are crazy. That's what we call crazy wisdom. If you meet a real yogi, you will not understand anything about these guys. You know, they are just a living paradox, and they are a reference where you cannot grasp on anything. There is no reference. They dissolve any sort of reference you have. So the idea is a master has totally cut the attachment, the bond with this magnetic field of attractive and fascination that samsara represents for everyone. They are freed from that. And they understand that the source of suffering is in there, is in our dependency. We are like drugged by the samsara. We are drugged by the context that wants you to be successful, wants you to find earthly love, wants you to have superb families and all that stuff. But at the end, the tissue of dependency we created, even now the family are a lot of dysfunctional family and broken families. So this tissue have been already broken, but we have so many areas where we individually get totally hallucinated, fascinated. Power, sex, money, these are all absolute flags that raise your attraction. And this is what we call the driving force of samsara. So for a yogi, these three forces are absolutely of no interest for personal gain. You understand? The problem is your attitude toward these three energy that are trying to convince you that you need them as an outside power, as something that you would be missing, and that if you would get that, you would be satisfied. So it's a total lie. So everyone who have tried, I'm sure all of you who look at me today and listen to that, have been driven and misled by all this tremendous energy of attraction and fell in the pit of disillusion. So those who are courageous keep going and repeating and reconstruct programs. But not only us, in our genetic lineage, we are carrying in our DNA very deeply that story for thousands of years of suffering and pain, of battlefield where people from good intention, from wanting to be good and honorable people, have died under that fascination of being on the right side, being the right people, be the best people. So we have so many of these memories, and today we are reaching the age of that time. All these memories that are within our cells has to leave our body. So the pressure of the master is very, very precious, because life without pressure is like nonsense. And our natural defense system, our natural logic is defend yourself from pressure, live with ease. But we mistaken grace and easiness, easiness, which is the lazy path. When you are asked to be confronted, to stop, to ponder, to reflect, to become more aware, you want an exit door. You just want to run away, And this is what a master used to do. The Guru Yoga is from the prison of samsara, he make you aware that actually you were a prisoner of a system you create yourself. But the thing is, what we define as freedom and free choice and liberty is within a prison of the mind. And we don't realize this collectively we approve that plan. So I think a master is with no pity coming to your life when you deserve it to grow, to ascend, and to transform. You can travel all around the planet and never met any masters because they are in a space where they meditate. They create a field, very specific magnetic field, who attract the people who are ready to take that pressure. So it's useless to meet a master like a person because then you don't meet the mastership. You know, a master is the place of projection of your highest potential. And when you meet with a master, you are immediately projecting your highest frequency because that's what you see as a reflection in the master image. But actually, it belongs to you. This is your highest frequency. So how can you manifest your highest frequency when actually, in another hand, you're totally into distraction? So when you have that privilege to meet with a guru, with a true guru, which is universal and not personal and not peculiar and local, that consciousness is so vast, so true, so unattached, that it will definitely create a setting for you, so you're going to be cornered. You understand? So cornered is that you will be no left and right to exit. There will be no exit door. So this is very dangerous for our psychic, because if your nerves and your gland system are not supposed green and strong enough and established, and your elimination system is not there, your emotional body is disbalanced, better never meet a master. You know, this would be extremely dangerous for you, because when you would give yourself with falsehood, trying to be brilliant and please the master and all that, you're gonna be cornered in a place where the pressure will be so high that you will not be able to stand that for yourself and to cut. So a master is a surgeon. You know, he will create psychic surgery to cut your bonds, your attachment and relationship to the Maya, to this samsaric attraction. Or when you're already on the spiritual path and you already give up some attachment, then the other attachment would be, I want to reach nirvana. Yeah, and nirvana is a place, it is a mythical place far beyond samsara. That's how the people who search figure out that it should be. And actually, you take yourself out of samsara and get caught in another hallucination with a light that actually is not the true light. So, you understand, even nirvana is part of the hallucination. So the thing is how to totally, absolutely surrender, and totally abdicate the hope of being a powerful person, somebody in charge, somebody ruling the world. Do you understand? So this amazing virus is putting us on our knees and saying, folks, you really thought that you were the master of this planet? No way. You understand? And in 1 second, these billions of people realize we're just smaller than a virus. We don't have any power against that. And even though we could lose our life from that little thing, yeah? So I think this is exactly what happened in this relationship. And for me, in terms of true yoga, Shiva yoga, we have the coming back of Shiva. That was planned in the Kali Yuga. And this is a sign of Shiva presence today, that he brings to us the pressure we need to transform. That means is a great news. It's a great news because it means the whole humanity as a whole reach a level of maturity that deserve to ascend, deserve to go beyond the world we could imagine, go beyond what we have created so far, let go all what was causes us to live in limitation and absurdity and nonsense, and move back into a highest level of wisdom. So I think it's a very good news that we are ready collectively, but we need to embrace that pressure. And that's why not so many people were really qualified to meet with a master and leave that Guru Yoga experience and not get cuckoo out of it. So we have this marvelous example. I just can't stop reminding me constantly the life of Milarepa that met this crazy guru, Marpa. And instead of giving him Kriya and nothing, he says, just go and build me a house. Yeah. And this guy have been building a house with all his heart, the best he could do, in the best place possible, to, with his highest potential, to offer this to the order of the master. And when he finished the house, the master ignored him completely, was teaching classes to other students, never to him. He just took him apart. He put him to a level of pressure you have no idea. When you consider that if you search in your life to find such a master consciousness, you immediately fall in a level of love that is beyond anything you can imagine. It has nothing to do with loving a partner or loving somebody. This is, you fall in love with your higher self. So that master guru can do anything with you, yeah? And you offer yourself in total innocence and total purity. And that experience went, Milarepa is just unbelievable, because when the whole house was made, I mean, it takes few years, all by himself. And the master finally, after 4 days of hesitation, came along and says, what the hell you build this house in that place? I told you over there. And then, so please undo it and rebuild it there. He did that 9 times. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine anybody today who would have that docility, that tolerance, that love, that surrendering attitude to give up your me, and offer the best of yourself 9 times, having to undo it and redo it? You know, I shortened the story, but this is pulling tears. You know, when you understand the constance, the courage, the perseverance to surrender your super powerful ego to a place where there is no hope, no tomorrow, no goals, no success, no recognition, absolutely nothing, and freak out. Finally reach this place of absolute contradiction that came out, it exploded, and get the realization. Yeah. And in that moment, the master says, you are born to be the head of a lineage. I bless you. You have all the kriyas. You don't need to study posture. Go and teach. Yeah. He was qualified. So this story is a symbolic, but it was real. It really happened. And that guy, before he met this guru, these masters, he was looking for superpower, mystical energy that he would manipulate, and he got them. And then he destroyed the village, destroyed people, and then realized, I can't do that. I can't use earthly power to actually undermine other people, manipulate other people, and so on. So do you understand that this Guru Yoga, that relationship with the master, we don't understand. So there are people today claiming they've been close to the master, they've been under that ultimate pressure where they had to give up their own personal life. And then the dream of Samsara was so powerful that ultimately there was a flashback, and run away just to breathe and live a normal life. Yeah. Do you understand? So we underestimate our spiritual capacity when we want to grow and ascend, and we reach this limit where we call it Shakti pad, where we blow up, we explode, we give up, because we judge ourselves, we judge the master, we judge the spiritual path, we lose sense of wisdom, and we just go, we run away. So that's many people are going through that test, and I've seen so many of these. So what I wanted to share with you is that I choose this pressure. When I went to the master, this is what I was looking for. And I embraced this pressure, and I put that, and I welcome that pressure in my life. And I went through the whole process until I totally blow up and I totally surrender. So I'm just grateful for one teacher who could make me go through this path by myself with full respect of my own willingness to go through, and never been forced and never been manipulated. I never been acted upon. I choose to go there. I take full ownership and responsibility of my path, and I'm extremely grateful for these masters who could have no pity on me and no bargaining and just stand as the ultimate reference, as the ultimate surgeon. They can cup this attachment I was having about any sense of spiritual life, spiritual path, etc., etc. So I think what the beauty I see in the time today is we are all facing a master, which is the master of this planet. That's what we call guru. And the guru is acting today. You know, he wants to teach us what is it to live in wisdom? What is it to face our own insanity? And how can we stop? You know, in the tradition of Tantra, one of the first meditation you learn is stop meditation. Yeah? Stop the world. Stop your life. Stop what you're doing. And just reflect. Take the time to reflect. So today, we are all forced to meditate by the grace of the divine virus. We are forced to stop and reflect. So this is absolutely unique in our history, that we are collectively taught in four corners of this planet at the same time. We all have to stop, which is what we should have done by ourselves already years ago. Just to stop and look at our life and reflect. And I've seen so many videos, so many witnesses, and so many people awakening and showing hands to everybody saying, hey, folks, why don't you stop and look at what we're doing, how we are living? You know, all the leaders on this planet today are depressed. They take pills for anxiety and depression. They are burnout. This is our leader. This is the body who lead this planet. Can you imagine that? No, we cannot continue this way. And even these people, how would they want their children to follow up the same path, do high study, spend 7 years, 10 years of studies to end up burnout and depressed? What's the point? So I think we reached the total nonsense where the snake bite his tail, and that pressure we deserve. So this is the beauty of the time. So now you understand, when this is the solar aspect of the initiation, the masculine energy of the master who come and put you in such a pressure that there is no option. You have to transmute. You have to change something. You have to take the time to let go and surrender. So this is one part of the initiation. The other part is because it is based on kindness. Do you understand that we can only grow into love, not into hatred and fight and competition? We are growing in the place of unconditional love. So to reach this place, you have to be forced to stop and not to close in. Not to close in. This is a tendency of people. When they close their environment, their spirit shrink and they close in. Then they go on television, they go on any type of things that are absolutely nonsense, instead of opening the space within and invite to bring the peace within your home. So I think this is, if you are confined in your home, is not to see the deficiency and how crazy was your life and all that, because it's going to come up. But in the same time, you can also say, why don't we look into our eyes? Why don't we discover each other in a different way? Why don't we appreciate that actually we are just here as a small family, a small unit, where we never took the time to truly experience peace together? So and when I'm talking peace, it means no reactivity, no anger, no frustration, no no projection of a better world. That means I'm assuming my world is bad. You know, getting out of that conditioning and just see the beauty of being human beings sitting together in the same place, breathing the same air, and inviting peace to come into our heart. So this is the second incredible miracle we are offered to face, is one side compressed, limit, no exit door, and welcome that pressure. The other side is open sushumna. And this is the feminine channel where the receiving capacity of support. We need support today. We are dysfunctional in terms of wise human being. We need inspiration. We need to receive that other prana, this other source of energy that we were not even looking for because we were absolutely having no interest into what information can come through this prana of the universe that can help us to re-trigger our pituitary gland, that can open our faculty of foreseeing beyond the time and be expanded and exalted just by ourselves, finding again this youth, this innocence child that is mature in the same time and totally responsible and open to face another world, another reality beyond what we ever assumed that should be the world. This is gone, will be another world. So that sustaining energy that we all need to be nourished, in Kundalini we call it Sarabhai Shakti. You know, Adi Shakti, Namo Namo, Pritam Bhagavati, Namo Namo, Sarabhai Shakti. This is a nourishing. Sarabhai Shakti is the feminine power of the grandmother, not just the mother, the grandmother. Those who can forgive you all your stupidity, all your bad games, your nonsense, and take you on her lap and says, I have always loved you. I love you so much. I forgive you. Do you understand? We need today to reflect in our home about all the past mistake we did collectively as well. You know, all this battle, this war, these intrigues, the naming the other as the enemy and kill each other. Amazingly, the Second World War is not finished, it's still with us. And that is another virus, is a guilt consciousness. We are millions of people having guilt or claiming for being abused as the guilty person. It's the same game, you know. Those who were punishing and destroying, and those who have been destroyed, they just met each other. And we have that terrible history of nonsense that keep on going in our memories, and we cannot give up. We cannot surrender, and we cannot forgive. Even if mentally we manage, our body says, no way, I'm never going to forgive you. You who came into my house, killed my children, killed my wife, and raped my wife. How can I forgive you? Do you understand? We have that so deeply in our memories, and this is all coming up today as a terrible limitation that all the forms of love we have is attached to suffering and pain. And we cannot go beyond that attachment. So resentment, frustration, wrong silence, and trying to look an exit door where we could find a place where we can breathe. Yeah. So this is no self-love at all. As long as you nourish within your body and your mind and your emotional body attack thought against another human being, you are insulting the divine. And this is what we have been doing for so many years. So I think the time is now to realize we are all vulnerable. That's the beauty of this virus. We are all vulnerable. Anybody can be killed. Any. It doesn't matter your faith, your path of life, if you're rich or poor, if you're high or low, if you're green or yellow or red, you're gonna die if it catch you. Yeah? it's an opportunity, it's a potentially virtually possible. We know the ratio is very slow and very low. And the expansion and the spreading of that is slow as well. But we also know that among all of those who are touched, very, very few at the end will be victimized. So, of course, we need to do everything to avoid that this will spread. But in another hand, we need to welcome the situation of stop and accept it fully, embrace it fully, and to see this is a time where we can be fed with another flow of energy if we really, really accept to stop. Stop our agitation, stop our stress, stop our projection that our logic can control and explain everything. Do you understand that I'm not trying to explain you anything about anything of today? I'm just sharing with you an attitude where you can 100% benefit of this time. And that's the purpose of KARTA time, is face the time now. Don't look for another time. Actually, the time we had before is never going to come back. Never going to come back again. So why don't we welcome the change and where we are going with the trust that this is all happening for the best of the whole planet, not just of several human beings who are going to save their skin, but the whole planet, the ocean, the mountain, the rain, the water, the spring, the vegetables, the animal, everybody is going to benefit from that amazing transformation we're going to go through. So if we are willingly going in the sense of the flow on this planet, if we open ourselves to the collective wisdom that make us stop beyond our intellect, this is the beauty. Nobody could plan that. Nobody can say he understands that, and nobody will control that. There is nobody. So instead of going for war, going for bringing peace in your home, bring peace in your heart, and be trustful that the future is going to be much more high frequency, much more open and green than it has ever been before. It is the time to forgive all this battlefield we have been through, all this competition we have been through. Is the time to forgive ourselves that we could not afford true love, and that we give ourselves so much suffering and pain by distortion of this incredible and fascination of samsara. So this is my statement. Just see what you can do with that. But when you combine Ida Pingala, the maximum pressure of the master consciousness, and you welcome it, and you plug on that tube, this column of light that comes to you. It is raining. We never had such a high frequency on this planet. It's amazing. By just stopping everything, maybe some of you can feel it. You can feel both, yeah? It's a wave of fears and the low energy. But if you put your head above the flow, you're going to feel that amazing frequency for meditation, for opening your mind to clarity, for bringing peace into your system, and opening that what we call the thymus chakra. This area here, not the heart chakra, the thymus chakra. This is so powerful because this is where everything starts, is I love myself. I honor myself as a divine being, as a sublime being. I'm the unique, absolute, beautiful, and harmonious creature on this planet, and I represent the perfection of the Creator. The one who created all these 5 realms. He created us in harmony with everything, and everything was provided, and I just denied it. I thought I'm stronger, I'm more clever, I can match the one who created this whole. So Sarabhai Shakti is coming to support your heart, to support your love, to forgive yourself for how much you put yourself in trouble and pain by this wrong belief, the hallucination of programs that are in your DNA. And now is the time to ponder over it and say, hey, that's the real democracy. We all have the free will to decide, are we going to make ourselves suffer more? Or are we going to give ourselves access to unconditional love. That's the true free will. That's the one nobody wants to grasp, because then you've got to be responsible. You've got to decide, and in your name says, I'm dedicating my life for unconditional love. And this is a major step we need to make. So this is, for me, how I understand this virus. It is an invitation to stop, ponder, forgive deeply, deeply what we could not forgive so far. Open ourselves, because the minute you forgive, you create a space. You have a loss. You have a loss attachment to resentment. It creates a big vacuum. So I invite you not to eat too much, not because of fear of lacking, just to get more energy. And I think it comes naturally to all of you who practice yoga. You can feel this time. It's not about to fill yourself up. It's about to keep yourself empty as much as you can and let go what fill you. And until you are empty, then you're gonna welcome that beautiful love energy that is reigning over us today. And this is a total other perspective, that we can't access and receive that energy until we keep ourselves closed into fears, anxiety, and so on. So I think we have that capacity, we have that strength of our psychic to decide who we are playing with. Are we dancing with the wolf, playing the game of fear and spreading this hallucination about power games and all this kind of nonsense we can see going around? Or are we going to support the downing of a loving energy, the purple rain, like we used to sing in the 60s? Purple rain is coming. We just need to open up and stop keeping ourselves closed in. You understand? So this is a paradox. We are forced to stay inside our home to open up. This is yoga. Do you understand? Yoga is the pair of opposites are complementary. They work together. They don't work against each other. So if you are now forced to limit your movement, limit the space you are impacting, that means you are asked to look at the space within. And it's an amazing time to embrace the most beautiful part of you, which is your essence of joy and love. This nobody can take away. This is your deep nature, and you can find it when you stop and when you meditate. So we used to say, one day you will be forced to meditate. I have taught that for 40 years. And today is the day. Today, if you are forced to meditate, and you don't need theory, you don't need to look in your book what it means, how you do that, who's teaching what. You just sit down, breathe, focus on your breath, open up yourself and watch what comes up. And you will see coming up all the fear, the anxiety, the limitation, the resentment, the anger, the pain, the suffering. And when you see all that coming up, you say, do I choose to nourish this, or do I choose to let it go? Yeah. And it's a beautiful, beautiful time to let it all go. Because the attachment to that pain, that is your suffering. If you can cut the attachment to justify you are living a painful life, just give up, cut, let it go. And then when the space is opening, you will start experiencing the nourishment of Sarabhai Shakti. You will feel this grandmother energy, this green Tara coming, nourishing you, supporting you, elevating you, exalting you, overwhelming you by this wave of unconditional love. This is what we are made of, that frequency. That's what the field is about. It's this extremely powerful energy, and we don't have the power over that. We cannot control that, and we just can open ourselves to become aware and let it circulate through our system. That's where we can block ourselves and block our energetical body, emotional body, so much that we become isolated, separated, and depressed. So for me, these two energies, Sarabhai Shakti and Adi Shakti, this pressure of the master, Shiva, coming back on this planet and saying, Fox, now, you've got to ponder, it is your time, you are ripe, you can bear that pressure, you're gonna mute, you're gonna transmute, you're gonna use that pressure to elevate your consciousness, forgive the past, drop it, and open yourself to an amazing time where already, right now, you can experience an expanded sense of joy and love. So that inviting that peace in your heart, inviting that peace in your home, not from the mind, but from your presence, just your calm, your tranquility, your abandonment to non-worried, non-necessity, to anxiety for tomorrow, regret for the past, judging your partner, he's not right, he's wrong, he's no wrong and right partner. It's not the time to fight anymore. It's the time to find yourself and find that amazing, beautiful self we all are. At the four corners of the planet, we are beautiful human beings. We are all of us. So there's no exception. And we need to realize that. And as many people gonna sit down to meditate and realize our true nature in total simplicity, you don't need 10 years in a cave today. The pressure is so strong that you can mute and transmute on the spot. On the spot, you can give up your resentment, you can give up your past memories and your anxiety for the future. You just drop this attachment to the time, just sit down with yourself and enjoy your own presence. This is the experience of meditation. This is the experience of no mind. It is not complicated. Anybody can do that. And you can do that through breathing, calming your breath. It will calm your heartbeat. It will calm your frequency and welcome that distress or zero stress zone into your home. So this is amazing message. We are all facing the Guru, and the Guru is taking the shape of a virus, creating that pressure we all needed to stop and become sane again. Go on the path of wisdom, drop our competition and fight, and be ready to contribute to the building of this new civilization that is pointing where all values will be changed again. And whatever was the priority in the past will definitely have to change. And we better prepare ourselves to welcome this change. It's going to come organically. Nobody has to take the lead. You need to be a leader for yourself by surrendering to the time. You understand? Then you transcend your condition. Then you become beyond time or timeless. You don't want to control the time. It's rolling over us. So we can elevate ourselves, we can exalt ourselves, and we can find that inner core that is absolutely pure light, pure love, pure peace. So this is my own experience. That was my past. I went willingly through that pressure my whole life to crystallize that experience and to realize that beauty we have inside, forgiving all nonsense I could go through. I'm a living example of how can you forgive yourself and how can you share this light with everyone in absolutely pure love and understanding. So we can do all this together. We can do this for each other. Radiate that energy from our heart and be ready to receive from everyone in the field. And if you feel this wave of fears and anxiety, you don't need to be over-instructed or over-informed. You don't need to receive support from outside, because in the field, if you radiate that energy, be sure you will receive it as well. And you're going to be sensitive to it. You're going to feel it. And you have an aura. You know, the aura is a body like a filter. And through this aura, it's not that you don't need judgment. You don't need to select what's good, what's bad. It's not at all like this. It's your aura is the frequency of your presence your timeless presence, and it will filter any attempt from the field to dismiss you, to destabilize you about your true nature. So we need to strengthen that aura, and this comes through the glandular system and the nervous system. We need to keep our glands young. And if you are old, it's a bit late. You should have thought of that earlier. But those who are in the 30s, it is really time to work this out. Keep your glands very vivid, very alive, and your nervous system strong. Anyway, this is one of the best support you can give to your immune system. So your defense are so strong that any virus can come through. It will not destabilize your harmony. You understand? The harmony to be destroyed and chaos to come in your body, you need to say yes to it. You know, you are the one who produces your own medicine. Remember that. And you can produce that by the way you choose to be, in which frequency you want to be. So forgiveness is a step into that empty space where there is no tension and resentment. And within that void, you're going to welcome this unconditional love that this, we call it Tara, you know, Sarabhai Shakti is pouring on us. This is the universal wisdom that is giving us nourishment, support, inspiration, and peace. So I wish and this is ultimately what we call Kundalini awakening. Kundalini is this mix of the solar energy pressure of the master and the grandmother supporting you to go through that pressure, so you always have the resources to face any type of pressure. Anybody on this planet who has to face a block, a challenge, always has the resources to go through it. Always. This is a rule of the Dharma. It's a rule of universe. We never created obstacles that are too much for us, so we're going to collapse. This is not true. It is possible to collapse for individuals, but it is also your choice to go through and to tap on these resources that are there to help you go through this pressure. Because sometimes we need pressure. And I think it is a blessing. When pressure comes into your life, it's a time of highly alchemy, a high transformation, and this is the time we are in. So I wish you share that talk today that makes sense for you, and that you reconsider your attitude toward pressure of time and space. And how can you embrace the pressure as it is helping you to transform something within you? And without that pressure, nobody usually take the initiative to welcome this pressure in his life. Only the crazy guy who would travel to find a master. But besides that, it's a handful on the planet. Everybody else wants the easy way, want the exit door, want to avoid the pressure. As a yogi, we have been trained and taught how to face any sort of pressure and use it so we can transform. So this is ultimately that's what we used to teach in our first level, is when you look the structure of the diamond is a pure crystal and actually is a pure carbon. And when you see the original carbon, this is black coal we use to heat our house. This is black stone. If you put an enormous pressure over many, many, many years, thousands of years, that carbon turned into a crystal of pure carbon, totally transparent, absolutely brilliant. The highest value we could find as a crystal, isn't it? So human consciousness is about exactly the same. It's not just a symbol. When we go through the pressure over a good lap of time, then what was dark and not crystallized turn into a beautiful crystallization, find a beautiful geometrics and structure, and start to radiate the light. So this is our process, folks. I'm afraid that this is exactly what we're going through. And I think we have only one option, is embrace the time, because this time is for us, is not against us. Thank you very much. it was very inspiring to connect with this moment and just to be in that time. So, as you know, all of you who have been in our training and practicing, maybe you didn't understand it that way and you were not totally prepared to receive it in that format. But actually today is absolutely magic, because this is all planet. There is not one corner that is put aside. We all have a chance to make it fantastic. We all have a chance to transform our system, our nonsense, and really take the right decision to move into more wise path of life. Together on this planet, we are here to share. And we will get to that intelligence that this is one planet, one humanity, and this is all given to us. So I would suggest a little practice, which is a practice like usually I give a sort of a pranayama practice. So this one is a pranayama for your glandular system. As you understand, the other day I was in the Russian festival online, and I was giving, this is one Kriya we have construct in Amritnam is called Resilience Kriya. We teach it in the level 1. And this Kriya as a whole is just a fantastic practice for the time we are now in. If you want a short version with pranayama in the morning, I would suggest that first we're going to have the first posture is a Gyan Mudra. That's very simple, sitting up straight. And we're going to inhale with this little Satnam is like a heartbeat, you know, tak tok, Satnam, Satnam. So you count it 8 like this, it makes 16, and you inhaling in 16 little bit, Satnam, 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 and you full inhaling. Thus, if you go in 16 stroke, you're going to be totally fully inhale, opening your rib cage and bringing the air all the way to the top, to the collarbones. So you're fully inhaling. And then you hold it, and you will rotate your head, holding the breath to the left 8 times, to the right 8 times. Really locking your chin in Jalandhar and stretching back and coming back. 8 rotation right, 8 rotation left, holding the breath. Then you exhale 16 beat, the same. Satnam, 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 Satnam. So this is small steps to exhale through the nose. So inhaling deeply in 16 beats, holding, you do 8 turn of your head left, 8 turn right, and exhale 16. That is the first part. And this first exercise you do 5 minutes only, it's enough. You're gonna be your pituitary, your pineal gland are start secreting and controlling the thalamus and all that. So we're gonna now activate this part. So you're gonna lay down on the back. This I'm not showing up now, but this, you put your arms up like this on the floor. And you remember this posture where you exhale, forcing the heels on the ground and bringing your chin up and the head up while you are laying on the back with your arms in the back. You exhaling, bring your head up. And then when you inhale slowly with your head, you're going to lift up both legs just 6 inches, just 15, 18 centimeters from the ground. With full inhale, opening your chin back and opening the chest. So exhale, bring the head back up and your legs down. And inhale, bring your head down and lift up your both legs 6 inches. So this is also 5 minutes. It's a pranayama where you inhale fully and exhale fully with the tension in your neck when you bring your Jalandhar, being laying on your back with the arms in the back. And inhaling, bringing the head on the floor when lifting up your feet, which is going to stimulate all the glands. So this is exercise number 2. You do 5 minutes as well. The last one, it's the totality of stimulation of all your system. So you're gonna grasp your elbows, sitting in easy pose. We start sitting in easy pose, third exercise. And you hold your elbows. You have inhale a little bit, exhale a little bit, and then you choke your chin in. You bend forward to the ground as much as you can, inhaling through the throat. You inhale, locking the stomach in. Inhale what you can. So you will inhale from the back of your body. And then when you exhale, you sit up and bring the chin in the back, stretch your neck, and exhale through the mouth. You curve the back and exhale from mouth, stretching the neck in the back. Yeah? Exhaling. And then again, inhaling slowly, slowly. And you lock yourself in and inhale from the back all the way. Put your forehead on the ground when you can. Otherwise, you go as low as you can. And then exhale, going up and stretching the upper back and the chin and the head. I guess you understood? This is an amazing practice for all the glandular system. Is a meditation combining breath and stimulating all your glandular system. It's a very, like you do it 3 times 5 minutes, it's 15 minutes. If you do a full set, you can do it twice. You start again, 16, breath of 16, turn the head, then the second on your back, and the third one, bending. You surrender. You bend and stimulate all your glands. So this is a beautiful set, very simple. You can do twice this sequence, and you have a 30-minute practice. Very, very, very good. Now, if you want to build up as a full set, you can do it 3 times. You have 45 minutes, 3 times 3 cycles of that sequence. And then for everybody, I would suggest evening sadhana. So this would be in the morning before you do your Kriya, prepare opening. So you first stimulate your glandular system, activate that with this 3 posture and that sequence. So in the evening, what we have started since a few days now already, and it was we were given that meditation practice, or this mantra is Sarabhai Shama, which is Sarabhai Shakti, is the same. Is this feminine green Tara energy, the grandmother, the mother of the Buddhas, the mother of all the masters, that capacity to inspire you when you go through the extreme pressure, to find the love and the resource, the inspiration to do one more step when everybody falls apart. You understand that incredible energy, ultimate resources, which is not a hope, is an indoor energy. It's something when you are touched by that love, like one drop is enough to make you go beyond any sort of limitation. So that green Tara, the Tibetan call it, is part of our tradition of Kundalini. This is this amazing feminine energy that any yogi has to have a high respect and really, really surrender and open up to receive the blessing of that energy. So we have a beautiful mantra for that, and we have been sharing this in our meditation week, and already all the 40 people who were there are practicing it, but we want to, and they've been sharing that, and I've been teaching this also in Russia already. And I think we want to, here in the ashram, we decided that the people who are confined here, we are a good team of people with no virus, and we share that space with so much love and appreciation. And we, every evening, we dedicate ourselves to open that space of this loving Tara, loving mother, grandmother energy who filled our heart and overwhelm our capacity to love. So I want to share this with you, and you can see online, by chance, my son is here also, my daughter, we have few students, and we have this beautiful circle every evening at 6:30 French time. We are singing for 40 minutes this incredible mantra about just pure love and devotion. So I invite you to connect to the source of love, rehabilitate your capacity to connect, accept, open up, to receive, because it is given to everyone. So open up yourself, connect, and then by you being connected to the source of the oneness of that amazing rain, you will connect to everyone. Everyone. So it is the love medicine. And if you open yourself, you're going to start generating that and feeling that. It will heal anything of your lungs, anything of your mind, anything of your emotional body. Just open up. So we're going to do it for just a few minutes now tonight, to dedicate that to the peace of mind, the peace of heart, the peace in human being, wherever they are on this planet, whatever is their challenge, pressure, and difficulty. Just cut the attachment to pain and suffering, bring this loving energy and create that field all around from your own light. Yeah. So if you don't know the mantra yet, is the words is Om Mawa Made Mahi Moha. Om Mawa Made Mahi Moha. E Maho Maye Rupa. Yeta Dudu Soha. So, Sarabhai Sharma. Alors, the mudra, I would suggest the mudra is welcoming the teacher. One teacher is Jupiter. This is the time. Time is a teacher for everyone. And if you don't go to the teacher, time will catch you and will teach you. So this is the Jupiter represent, and Saturn represent the master surgery, the psychic surgeon that will help you to cut this bond and attachment, hypnosis to samsara, and free yourself from that. So we put them together with our personality that is surrendering. You see this mudra? We put these three fingers together. On the left hand, we are married with that union of oneness of the teacher. The universal teacher, the master guru, is teaching us, and we commit to obey, to surrender, and open our heart to the teaching. How we can expand, grow into love. So this mudra, yeah, like this. You put it in front of your heart, you close your eyes, and you're gonna repeat. We do it 108 times, which is 40 minutes. So tonight we're gonna do just a few minutes. So please, if you can, sit up straight, put this mudra together, and dedicate in your home, in your house, in relationship to your children, to your partner, to your parents, to everybody that you are separate from, that you can connect directly from your heart. Spread the light, spread the love, and open your central channel, your light column, to receive this mother love. That what happened to us is from loving kindness, not from an arch condition. So, are you ready? Be open to receive much more love you could not even imagine you could receive. Om Mawa Made Mahi Moha. Mawa Made Mahi Moha. Ema Om Maye Rupam. Ekadudu Soha. Om Made Mahi Moha. Ema Om Maye Rupam. Ekadudu Soha. Om Made Mahi Moha. Ema Om Maye Rupam. Ekadudu Soha. Om Made Mahi Moha. Ema Om Maye Rupam. Ekadudu Soha. Om Made Mahi Moha. Ema Om Maye Rupam. Ekadudu Soha. Om Made Mahi Moha. Ema Om Maye Rupam. Ekadudu Soha. Om Made Mahi Moha. Ema Om Maye Rupam. Ekadudu Soha. Om Made Mahi Moha. Ema Om Maye Rupam. Ekadudu Soha. Om Made Mahi Moha. Ema Om Maye Rupam. Ekadudu Soha. Om Made Mahi Moha. Ema Om Maye Rupam. Ekadudu Soha. Om Made Mahi Moha. Ema Om Maye Rupam. Ekadudu Soha. Om Made Mahi Moha. Ema Om Maye Rupam. Ekadudu Soha. Om Made Mahi Moha. Ema Om Maye Rupam. Ekadudu Soha. Om Made Mahi Moha. So Ema Oma Erupa Etadudu Soha. So we have done 11 minutes for tonight together for the whole planet, for each of us in our houses and all the people in the world who are opening to this energy of unconditional love. We are open to receive and to share from wherever we are confined that flow of energy that connect all of us through the field. Thanks to the love of Source, the kindness of the universe, to bring us inspiration, strength, courage, and health, so we may overcome any challenges that is coming up to us right now, and find a way through the blocks and share and see the world from love. Understand the time from love. Satnam. So we had this chance in the meditation week that Jai Gopal could channelize this mantra and connect to Tara and share it with us, and it's going all over the planet today, and it's just a wonderful gift that we have received and we are sharing together. So usually in the KARTA time we share questions, and there are of course many questions. I guess I think the space is not there to go in the mind on trying to answer questions, but I definitely find many questions that are correlating to what I have said tonight. So I think you must have found a lot of answers. And for the other people, anyway, I will send an email response directly and not just online. I want that we keep that beautiful energy we create together tonight, and all these people who are online and will continue to join. Thank you so much for being who you are and keeping up with this practice. Now it is not yoga as a fashion, as a trend, but it is really true yoga. You need to practice with your heart and spirit, and you are invited to somehow be an island of love and light and healing wherever you are. This is who you are. You have been touched in this golden chain. If you went through our training, you are now a lighthouse wherever you are. This is the time. This is real. And taking the leadership over your own mood, your own expression, and your own space will be enough to share that frequency all over the planet. So I feel you all. I'm very touched by your incredible response to this time. And I know wherever you are a source of inspiration for many, many, many. And this is the leadership, says you are the lead of your own attitude, of your own decision. And this is the new leader in the Aquarian energy. You don't need to lead people. People don't need to be fixed. We don't need to save the world. The world is safe already. All we need is to spread our frequency in the field. Be consistent every day. Come back, qualify your day in the morning, and just bring that frequency all around you. I thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Love you all, and we keep in touch. So if you want to join us, I think we are on Facebook somewhere. I don't know really the technology, but my son is putting us, we meditate at 6:30 every evening with that mantra. You can join with your family, your friend, in your wherever you are secluded, the microcosma you are in. You can join and break the wall and go beyond walls and limitation, and we can all connect to have that practice in the evening. So I wish you really, really, really to open up to this completely new paradigm of active, proactive love, and circulate that medicine for yourself and share it in the field. Love you all. Satnam. Thank you. So, of course, on our website, you're going to find the mantra and the link where you can find it on YouTube, and you can just connect to that source of Tara and unconditional love, each of you. It's very accessible, it's free, it's for everyone. So please connect. Thank you. Siriakar. Satnam. Yes, Simone, hello. I think I keep receiving so many messages I cannot even stop. I really send you all this love. I can feel it, and we have created that together. So thank you so much. Thank you.